Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is Veronica Daniel here. Thank you for stopping by. If this is your first time, welcome to the family. And if you've been here before, you know the drill. Okay, so without further much of wasting time, let's get right into the video. Okay. So I've been trying to do this video since, but things just keep coming up and I keep postponing. But today I said no. It's actually 2 days to Christmas. I wish you guys Merry Christmas in advance whenever you're watching this video. I think what I'm about to talk about, everybody is kind of guilty about it. Why the fuck am I here talking about dental floss, brushing and all that? But the normal me, there's no way I'm going to be telling you guys things without adding my own story and my own experience. As a kid, I hated brushing, let's just put it like that. In fact, I hated doing a lot of things. I was just a lazy baboon, right? I hated doing chores, I hated brushing. In fact, I didn't even know what I liked doing. Maybe just play games. My mother, the good woman that she is, she used to haunt me. The thing with African parents here, of the older generation, not this new generation of course, is that they can be so strict and so keen, and they always believe in discipline and shouting and flogging and all this kind of thing in discipline, right? In my case, it did not work for me. What do I mean? I had bad breath, I had mouth odor. Yes, this queen here had mouth odor. Oh my god. Anyway, sometimes it can be on the road, like we're going to church, we're going to church, and the next thing she just perceives something, and the next thing she's just embarrassing me, whether people are walking on the road or not, right? And at that time I didn't really understand what she was trying to say. All I know is that something is wrong with this camera. What is happening? My camera went off and I had no idea. My mom would tell me every single time she'd be embarrassing me. If it's not in front of all my siblings, it's on the main road, it's in church, it's in market, it's everywhere. Any place she sees to embarrass me, she'll embarrass me. And maybe to her she felt like that's the best way I would listen. But my coconut head did not. So how did I finally become conscious and aware that I had bad breath? So there was this guy. So I had a crush in my SS1. This guy had just come, like he was a new student in our class, and I was crushing on him. And by SS2, we were getting close, we were talking, and that's how he told me that, hello baby girl, you have small bad breaths, just so I don't feel bad. And the difference between his method and my mom's method is that my mom was embarrassing me and I was just so annoyed, like, why do you have to embarrass me, why do you have to shout? But this person, man, called me to one corner and just decided to tell me calmly so I don't vex. But few years later I found out that he didn't actually come with his mind, with his church mind. It was my friends from school that told him to tell me, because they believe that I will not listen, as I have coconut hair. I will not listen, but I will listen to man.
Oh my god.
You see how that thing goes? Like, I have changed, okay? Okay. I feel like it will be able for you guys to relate and understand how this whole bad breath thing goes and actually what causes it. Because a lot of people say, yeah, that is the tongue. That either you're not brushing or you're not brushing your tongue. Well, my guys, I'm here to tell you it's a freaking lie. It is not true. It's not because of your tongue. Although your tongue has some factors to play, but it's not your tongue. Let me tell you what it is. So in school, yeah, I believe that they told everybody about this thing called plague. Yeah, it can be called dental plague, it can be called microbial plague, it's also called biofilm. How does this plague look like? It's usually colorless to pale yellow, and it usually forms around your teeth and gum area. So how does this plague come about, right? So whenever you eat food, you drink drinks, you take whatever you take, when the saliva in our tongue, that's because it's obviously the tongue that's producing the saliva. So when the saliva, the food, the fluids, they combine, they usually produce this bacteria deposit. Yeah, and this is where they come together. They decide to collect where your gums and your teeth meet, right? And that's what we call plague. When they teach us then in school, brush your teeth twice, at least twice a day. They say this is the least. That means you can brush it more, but the least. But I know most people brush their teeth once. I'm not saying that people that brush twice a day and they are not out there. Definitely they are. But then I'm sure it wasn't easy for them. Maybe it was discipline that made them to actually be brushing twice a day. Do you know what it is? It takes a lot of effort. And me, I'm trying to even incorporate that. It's not easy, girl. It's not. This plague contains bacteria and it produces acids. And this thing can attack our tooth enamel and it can damage our gums, right? And plague can lead to a lot of things. It can lead to tooth decay, it can lead to gum disease, it can lead to tartar. So after that episode happened and man told me that my mouth was smelling, I decided to be more conscious about my mouth and tried to learn how to brush and all that. Okay, I remember my GS3, I used to bleed a lot. Like, I can be doing nothing, my gums are bleeding, I'm brushing, my gums are bleeding. I didn't know that I was suffering from, you know, like I said, plague leads to gum disease, it leads to tooth cavity, it leads to cavity, and I think that's what I had. I had like tartar and gum disease because my gums were always bleeding. And because I wasn't actually brushing properly, I didn't know how to brush properly, and I wasn't even being regular with my brushing, tartar developed on here. Like, I don't know if you can see where it looks like something has been taken off from my teeth. So I'm going to explain what this tartar is. Some people call it calculus, right? I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly. If I'm not, forgive me. So over time, yeah, when your plague, like the plague in your teeth or your gum area and all that, is not removed on a regular basis, minerals from our saliva, this is why I say that sometimes the tongue can be a factor to it. For minerals from our saliva are deposited onto the plague, and it causes it to harden, right? To harden, like it really becomes strong. Like you can't just remove plague, because when you have plague, you can like even use your fingernails and just remove it, right? The one you can see shower, or you can floss and remove it. But tartar, you can't. And that shit develops quickly. It develops from 24 hours to 72 hours. It can be start developing small. Before you know it, you have a big chunk of tar in your mouth, just like I did, right? The thing about it is that when you have tartar, you can't remove it. You have to go to a dentist. and tell them you want to wash your teeth. In fact, I don't even know why they call it washing, because really it's like scraping your teeth. Oh my god. Just scrape. that's just what I think, if you ask me. I'm still going to insert those videos when I went to the dentist so that you see all that. Hi guys, I don't know if you can hear me clearly. So I'm actually on my way to the dentist now to remove this hideous thing here. I've had this for years, so hopefully I'll be able to film how, you know, the process goes and all that. But I'm actually very late. These people told me to be there by 7:38, and this is 8:24, guys. But anyway, see you guys soon. I just got here. I think it's like 8:30 now, or 8:30 something. I don't know if you can hear me, but I just saw the doctor. I wish I had videoed it. Oh, my gun is so Sorry, what do you guys call this thing again? Calculus, ba? Calculus. Okay. Thank you. I just finished now, and Jesus, these people took like 1 hour. They used me to write the exam. Anyway, at least, even though they used me to do the exam, I didn't have to pay for it, so free. Yes, and we like free things, right? Because we are Nigerians. Anyway, so I'm going to show you guys how my teeth is now, but it's disgusting. I know. It's like 3, almost 3 p.m. and these people wasted the hell out of my time. But anyway, we move. So back to our agenda. So that shit tartar can really form easily, so we need to try keep our teeth healthy, because we're baby girls and baby boys for life, right? Because I was more conscious, I didn't develop so much tartar, right? Not that I didn't die, I probably still developed in some places I couldn't see, but at that area it was like, because my gum reduced when I was always brushing and it kept bleeding, it reduced, and then the tartar started to develop, right? So it's like as if it developed for a period of time and then it stopped, and I've been carrying the hideous thing everywhere. I decided to summon courage and get it out. Yeah, I couldn't record in while I was seeing the doctor, but the doctor was just basically trying to say that it was the plague that was causing the bad breath. Yes, I said it's not your tongue. When sometimes it's actually plague that causes bad breath. So me, I had like gum disease because I was bleeding, and which was still the plague that was causing it, right? So I had bad breath because of plague. So guys, if you meet someone if you meet somebody that has bad breath, or you too, honey, go see a dentist. Try to find out why, because it is very possible it might still be the same annoying plague, right? And it might just be causing some commotion, and you'll be thinking people now be using it to catch crews. Oh my god. That boy that has unbound odor, that girl that has mouth, my dear, that's just on a period. Can you imagine these people said that the tartar in my mouth is not enough to use for exam?
Jesus is Lord!
Can you imagine? So they want me to have big chunk of that rubbish in my mouth before I'll be qualified for them to. Anyway, they still used me at the end of the day, right? They still used me, and luckily for that, It was free, and after everything, baby girl went to go and use the money to chop life small. From the dentist, I came home and I was so hungry, like so hungry. Like I've been there since I woke up. I didn't really eat like that. I just bought buns that was there, which did not even go anywhere. And I left that place around 3. I was like, if you know me, I love food. I cannot go that long and I know it is something. Like, I'm so frustrated now. I'm so angry. I'm not angry, I'm hungry, you know. Hunger plus angry. So I went home, people, and I saw beans and yam. And I cannot be eating beans and yam. This is my frustrated. Right now, I want chicken. I want one sumptuous meal. And luckily for me, the money I was supposed to spend is still available. I'm going to use the money and enjoy life small. I'll not finish it, but I need it. For these people who have frustrated my life, I am going to urban stores to buy chicken and buy something good for myself, because that's the baby that I am. I'm so excited. Back to what they said. So the doctor told me about how I brush, and I noticed that, see, a lot of us do this thing. No jokes, no jokes. She just asked me, okay, do you brush like this? I'm like, okay, yes. She was like, it's wrong. It's wrong. I'm surprised, and that's why I wish I recorded that session. Basically, you only get to do this, right, or do this at like the molars or your premolars, right? I don't think you can really see it from here, but you get to do that with, you get to do this position or whatever, this method over there. But when it comes to the front of your teeth, like from here, right, you have to use the circular or the sweeping motion. And guys, don't, when you're doing that, don't put your teeth together. The doctor told me that whenever you're doing, like, when you're doing this, you're trying to remove plaque from here, and then you're taking it back up, removing this and taking it down. Like, it's just it's not going anywhere. So you should try to separate your teeth all the time when you're brushing. Like, separate it all the time and brush in, like, that sweeping method. I can easily sweep when I'm doing, like, brushing the back, right? Like, unclash that inner side, I can easily sweep out. It's easier. But for the front, I can't. You get? So I use the circular motion. I just do that, and I make sure to separate my teeth so that whatever plaque I'm trying to remove from down is not getting up, and the up one is not getting down. You know, that's it, period. Ladies and gentlemen, if you do not have the strength for this, because God knows that since I started using this method, I can use a whole 10 minutes to be brushing my teeth.
Oh my God.
Before that, I used to brush teeth 2 minutes, I'm done. I'm using 10 minutes. That is if I have time. If I'm rushing or more, I will rush, but I will try not to, make sure like I'm not doing the same mistakes as before. So if you don't have time for this, you can get an electric toothbrush. Try to brush with toothpaste that has fluoride, chloride in them, or that anti-plague removal something in them. It actually helps. Use floss, use mouthwash with fluoride. You can also chew gum, guys. Chew gum, but not the one with sugar. Okay, fine. Even if you want to be doing the one with sugar, Try to dey chew gum with spearmint or some kind of chloride in them. I'm sure that gums actually have that, because gum is another way of cleaning your teeth. Try to change your toothbrush regularly. It's actually good you eat first before you brush, and that way you have a better breath. Try to brush twice a day. And when you brush at night, it's not after brushing you go and put something else in your mouth. Don't do that. Brush when you are no longer going to have anything in your mouth. Period. This is a headband wig. This is a headband wig I made. I know, it's fine. Leave a comment for me on anything concerning this video, whether you liked it, whether you heard the same, whether you can relate, or anything you want to share, right? You can just leave it in the comment section. Did you enjoy my video? I know you did. So please subscribe to my channel, like and share. Thank you for coming and joining me. Catch you later. And don't forget, Merry Christmas. Bye.